Most men carry a hidden blind spot. They look in the mirror, searching for proof of their worth. And when they don't see women chasing, calling, or flirting, they convince themselves they aren't attractive. They believe beauty is measured by how loudly the world notices them. But here's the truth. Most men never hear. The men who stand out the most rarely realize it. Why? Because genuine attraction doesn't always scream. It whispers. The deeper a woman feels drawn to you, the less obvious she makes it. Her signs are subtle, almost invisible to the untrained eye. And that's where confusion sets in. Men think, if I were truly desirable, wouldn't women make it clear? The reality is, women often hide attraction behind small gestures, geared signals, and fleeting glances. If you don't know how to read them, you miss what's right in front of you. In this video, I'll reveal 8 powerful indicators that prove you're far more attractive than you think. These are not theories. They're timeless psychological patterns, tested across human behavior for centuries. Once you recognize them, you'll stop doubting yourself and start owning the presence you already have. So before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Have you ever wondered whether women actually notice you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're ready to see the truth about your own presence, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Let's begin. Sign number 1. Women hold eye contact and then look away fast. There is one signal of attraction so subtle that most men miss it. It happens in a glance, a moment too quick to explain, yet powerful enough to shift an entire interaction. When a woman finds you attractive, she rarely announces it. She won't wave you over. She won't blow you a kiss. What she will do is hold your eyes just a little longer than normal, and then look away. That extra second, that brief hesitation, it isn't random. It's deliberate, even if she isn't conscious of it. It's her way of asking a silent question. Did he notice me? Most men misinterpret this. They assume she was just being polite. Or, worse, they convince themselves she was looking at someone else. So they look down, pull out their phone, or break the moment. And just like that, they lose an opportunity they never realized was there. But understand this, eye contact that lingers is primal. It is one of the oldest signals of interest known to human beings. Long before words, long before text messages, attraction began with the eyes. Imagine this scene. You walk into a quiet cafe. You're not searching for attention. You're centered, relaxed, scanning the room, and then it happens. She locks eyes with you. Not for long, just long enough for you to feel it. A heartbeat, maybe 2. Then, almost as quickly, she drops her gaze, pretending she wasn't looking at you at all. But the moment you glance away, she checks again, as if to confirm. To an untrained eye, it seems like nothing. But to the man who understands, it is a silent conversation. It is attraction in its earliest form. She's not smiling. She's not winking. She's not walking over to flirt. She's testing. She's controlling her excitement, seeing if you're awake enough to notice. If she looks twice, that's confirmation. It's her quiet way of saying, I see you. I hope you see me too. Now, here's where most men fail. They feel that spark of recognition and panic. They laugh nervously. They break the moment by looking away too fast. Or they try to cover it up with a smirk, trying too hard to seem confident. All of this destroys the energy. The right response requires no theatrics. You don't need to wink. You don't need to speak. You don't even need to move. All you need is composure. Hold her gaze for that extra second. Breathe slowly. Stay rooted. Calm. Present. Don't rush. Don't overplay. Simply let her feel your presence. Because presence is more powerful than performance. That moment of shared silence says more than clever words ever could. It tells her you are not rattled by attention. It shows her you are comfortable in your own skin. And it allows her to feel what most women crave, above all, the strength of a man who is unshaken. Attraction doesn't begin with lines. It begins with awareness. So, the next time her eyes hold yours, don't dismiss it. Don't retreat. Recognize it for what it is, a window into her desire. Stand your ground. Look back with calm certainty, and let the silence speak for you. That's where attraction truly begins. Sign number 2. Women find reasons to be around you. One of the clearest signs of attraction is proximity. When a woman feels drawn to you, she doesn't always speak it. Instead, she shows it with her presence. Attractive men create a pull. It's not loud, not forced, not even intentional. It's like a current running under the surface. Women begin to drift into their space without explanation. This is not coincidence. It's not random logistics. When she keeps showing up near you, again and again, it's deliberate. It's her quiet strategy for entering your orbit without risking rejection. Picture this. You're at a gathering. You're not the loudest man in the room. You're not putting on a show. You're just standing near the bar, speaking with a friend. And then you notice she appears, not once, not twice, but repeatedly. Every time you glance up, she's within reach. She slips into conversations you're part of. She laughs at your jokes from across the room. Even when they weren't your best, she brushes past you, lightly. Though the room is spacious, it seems accidental, but it isn't. This is attraction working beneath the surface. She's not bold enough to confess it directly, so she does something safer. She places herself in your field of vision. She creates small collisions. She ensures you notice her without having to risk a clear no. There is psychology at play here. People crave association with what is valuable. Standing near you allows her to feel connected to your energy. And just as important, it signals to others that she is close to something desirable. It's subtle, but it speaks volumes. Women rarely gamble on vulnerability in the open. Instead, they test the waters with their presence. Her body moves before her words ever will. So here's what you must understand. If a woman repeatedly appears in your space, don't dismiss it as random. It isn't fate, and it isn't convenience. It's intent. It's attraction without language. And here is where many men fail. They overthink. They assume she is simply being social. They doubt the reality of what they see. But a Stoic man observes without anxiety. He recognizes the pattern for what it is, an unspoken admission of interest. Your task is not to chase. Your task is not to question. Your task is simply to remain steady, because the stronger your presence, the more reasons she will find to return to it, like gravity. The pull is natural, and the less you try to force it, the stronger it becomes. So the next time you notice her circling near, remember this. She may not say it out loud, but her footsteps already confessed it. Sign number 3. People listen when you speak. Attraction isn't only about what you look like. It's not limited to your face, your build, or the clothes you wear. True attraction runs deeper. It shows itself the moment you open your mouth. When you speak, pay attention to the room. Do people quiet down? Do they lean forward? Eyes fixed on you, waiting for what comes next. If so, you are carrying something rare. That is presence. And presence is one of the strongest signals of hidden attractiveness. Presence has little to do with volume or cleverness. It is not about talking more or shouting louder. It is about speaking with weight, with calm authority, with a composure that makes others feel the ground beneath them. That's the energy of leadership. That's charisma. Here's why it matters. Human beings are wired to respond to authority. And when your voice carries steady control, people sense it. Men respect it. Women are drawn to it. They recognize, often without knowing why, that your words deserve attention. Psychologists have a name for this phenomenon, the halo effect. It means that one desirable quality, such as being attractive, causes people to assume you also hold other valuable traits: intelligence, competence, confidence. If you look like someone who matters, people unconsciously believe you are someone who matters. And that belief makes them give your words more weight. You've probably felt it before. You're in a group setting. The noise is high. The conversation's scattered. But when you begin to speak, something shifts. Voices fade. Eyes turn toward you. The rhythm of the room bends in your direction. That doesn't happen by luck. It's the natural gravity of presence. Watch how women respond. They nod slowly. They smile. Sometimes, without realizing, they hold eye contact a little longer. It's not just your words they are responding to, it's the energy behind them. And here is where your discipline comes in. If you want to deepen this effect, don't rush your words. Let silence do half the work. A pause placed at the right moment carries more impact than a dozen hurried sentences. Control the tempo of your speech, and you control the tempo of the room. This doesn't mean forcing dominance. It means being unshaken, unhurried, centered. The room adjusts itself to your rhythm. Once people begin to feel your presence more than they hear your voice, something powerful happens. You stop being just another man in the room. You become the leader in their minds. And leadership isn't granted by titles or positions. It's granted by the respect people give freely when they sense true authority. That is why women notice it instantly. Because presence is not a trick. It is not performance. It is self-mastery revealed in how you speak and how you hold the space around you. So remember this. When people listen as you speak, when they lean in without you asking, you are witnessing proof of your own hidden attractiveness. Don't ignore it. Don't dismiss it. Stand firm. Speak with intention. And let silence carry your strength. Sign number 4. Women mirror your body language. This sign is subtle, but don't underestimate it. It is one of the most powerful. When a woman is drawn to you, her body often reveals it before her words do. Her movements begin to align with yours. This is called mirroring. Mirroring is not a trick. It's not something she consciously decides to do. It's an automatic response of the nervous system. It signals comfort. It signals trust. And most of all, it signals attraction. Think about it. People don't mirror just anyone. They reflect those they admire. They reflect those they feel safe around. And more than anything, they reflect those they desire. So how do you spot it? You're leaning casually against a wall, one arm resting. Moments later, you notice her shift into the same position. You take a sip of your drink. A couple of beats later, she lifts her glass. You adjust your stance or scratch your neck, and almost without thought, she echoes the gesture. She's not mocking you. She's not playing games. Her body is speaking a language she doesn't even realize she's using. That language says, I feel connected. I'm tuned in. I'm with you. Here's the fascinating part. Most women have no awareness they're doing this. It's not flirting in the obvious sense. It's not a calculated move to get your attention. It's her attraction leaking out through her body. Her body is sinking to yours without permission from her mind. This is why you must learn to observe. When you are in her presence, shift slightly, cross your arms, touch your chin, move your weight from one leg to the other. Then watch. If, within a few seconds, she reflects even a fraction of what you did, she is tuned to your frequency. Mirroring is her way of building rapport without saying a single word. It's an instinctive effort to align herself with you, to show connection without risk. And once you notice it, you will never miss it again. Now, here is where a Stoic mindset makes the difference. Most men, once they realize a woman is mirroring, become overly excited. They treat it as confirmation and rush in, losing their composure. But the wiser response is calm recognition. You don't gloat. You don't smirk. You don't need to test her with obvious movements. You simply acknowledge the signal and remain centered. Because what matters is not proving she mirrors you. What matters is the energy that caused her to mirror you in the first place, your grounded presence. So, remember this. If her body starts echoing yours, she may never say the words aloud, but her silence has already confessed it. She feels you. She's drawn to you. And her body language reveals the truth long before her lips ever will. Sign number 5. You get compliments on more than just your looks. Most men believe that compliments are about their looks. And yes, hearing you're handsome or you've got nice eyes feels good. But those are surface-level remarks. They only scratch the outer shell of attraction. Here's where things get more interesting. When a woman is truly pulled toward you, her words change. Instead of praising just your physical traits, she begins pointing out things that can't be seen in a mirror. She'll tell you, "You have such a calming presence," or "There's something about your voice. It's so smooth, so grounding." She might say, "You're easy to talk to," or simply, "You're different." Understand this, these are not random comments. They are signals that you've reached a deeper level. What she's really expressing is this: you've touched her nervous system, shifted her emotions, and altered the way she feels in your presence. And that's where lasting attraction begins. Looks can spark initial curiosity, but they rarely hold her attention for long. It's the emotional impact, the way you carry yourself, the calm energy you radiate, that determines whether her interest deepens or fades away. Think about it. A man who moves through life with steady confidence doesn't need to shout about who he is. He doesn't need to flash arrogance or chase approval. Instead, his presence speaks louder than his words. He listens with focus. He responds with clarity. He stands with a grounded confidence that women instinctively recognize. Biology plays a role here too. Women are hardwired to detect energy. They pick up on whether a man's vibe is chaotic or composed, scattered or magnetic. Their intuition is sharper than most men realize. And when her subconscious begins rewarding you with compliments about your presence, your tone, or the way you make her feel, she's already investing emotionally. This is the green light most men miss. They chase after you're hot or you're good-looking, never realizing that true attraction reveals itself in more subtle words. When she comments on how safe she feels around you, or how you calm her just by being near, that's not small talk. That's her signaling a deeper connection. So what does this mean for you? It means you should stop obsessing over external validation. Stop trying to force compliments about your looks. Instead, cultivate the traits that trigger emotional presence, stillness, focus, calm confidence, and the ability to make others feel seen. That's where your real value lies. Remember, physical appearance may open the door, but it's your presence that keeps her inside. When her compliments shift from what she sees to how she feels around you, understand that you've moved from the surface level of attraction into something far more powerful. And that is the kind of attention that doesn't fade, it grows. Sign number 6, you catch people staring at you. You step into a room and feel it instantly. The atmosphere shifts. Heads subtly turn, and energy seems to lean in your direction. It's not dramatic. It's not flashy, but it's unmistakably real. One of the clearest signals of hidden attraction is when you catch people, especially women, stealing glances at you. Not lingering stars, not overt flirting, just quick, almost invisible looks, as if their curiosity betrayed them before they could stop themselves. And here's the truth, people rarely stare at what doesn't interest them. They don't keep looking unless something about you has stirred their attention. Think about the times this has happened to you. You're walking into a store, a bar, or a party. As you pass by, a woman glances up. She looks away so fast, you might doubt it happened, but a few minutes later, you catch her again, eyes flicking toward you, then darting away, pretending it was nothing. Or maybe you're across the room and you feel it, eyes resting on you. When you glance up, the person shifts her gaze instantly, pretending to be focused elsewhere. That's not an accident. That's awareness. That's pull. This is unspoken attraction at its most primal. When you carry yourself with calm strength and quiet confidence, people notice, even if they won't admit it. It's the kind of attention you don't have to chase because it comes to you naturally. Here's what most men don't realize. Attractive men don't scan the room searching for validation. They don't force interactions. They don't try to catch women looking. Instead, they embody a presence that invites attention. They move slowly, deliberately, not with nervous energy. Their posture signals ease, not desperation. They hold brief eye contact, not too long, but purposeful, leaving behind an aftertaste of certainty. They allow others to be the ones drawn in, And that creates magnetism, mystery, the kind of intrigue that makes someone stare at you without knowing why they can't look away. It's primal because it bypasses logic. It's subconscious because it happens before thought. And when you catch it happening more than once in a single night, or several times throughout your day, it's proof that you stand out. These repeated stolen glances are not coincidences. They are signals. Signals that your presence is being felt, that your energy is impacting the room, and that curiosity about you is alive in her mind. So the next time you notice it, trust it. You don't need to overanalyze or second guess. You don't need to confront it or call it out. Just recognize what it means. You're already magnetic. You're already drawing people in without lifting a finger. And that's one of the strongest signs of unspoken attraction, when silence, body language, and energy alone are enough to make eyes linger on you. Sign number 7, other men respect you or compete with you. One of the most overlooked signs of male attractiveness isn't just how women react to you, it's how men respond when you enter a room. Pay attention, because this often reveals more about your value than anything else. Men instinctively recognize high-value men. It doesn't take long. Within moments, they sense your presence, and their behavior shifts. Sometimes it's respect. Other times, it's competition. Either way, both reactions confirm that you are standing out. Let's start with respect. When other men see you as confident, composed, or magnetic, they naturally give you subtle signs of deference. They might pause conversations to let you speak. They may introduce you proudly to others in their circle, as if your presence elevates theirs. Some will even unconsciously mirror you, copying your style, grooming, or even the way you phrase things. This is the unspoken male hierarchy at play. Men acknowledge dominance and value not always through words, but through adjustments in their own behavior. They align themselves with your energy instead of resisting it. In essence, their respect is an admission of your influence. But not all men handle this recognition with grace. Sometimes, respect turns into rivalry. And when that happens, the signals are just as clear. A man who feels threatened by your presence may start trying to outdo you, telling louder stories, cracking jokes with exaggerated energy, or positioning himself as the center of attention. Other times, the competition takes the form of backhanded compliments. Must be nice to have that much free time to hit the gym. Or, not all of us can afford suits like that. On the surface, it sounds playful. In reality, it's a jab, a subtle way to level the field. You'll also notice competitive men behave differently around women when you're nearby. He might become unusually charming, cracking jokes, lude, showing off skills, or talking over you, all in an attempt to redirect attention away from you and back onto himself. In group settings, he may even avoid you entirely, refusing to engage directly while steering the conversation away from your influence. This behavior isn't random. It's instinct. Throughout history, men have always sensed hierarchy in the presence of dominance, whether it's in tribes, workplaces, or social gatherings. The dynamic remains the same. Men feel the pull of another man's influence, and their reaction, respect or resentment, is a mirror reflecting your value. And here's the interesting part women notice. They pick up on the shift in energy, the subtle competition, the deference, and the mimicry. When they see other men treating you as someone to respect, or even someone to compete against, it becomes proof of your status. This is what psychologists call social proof. Your value is validated not by what you say, but by how others behave around you. So remember this: you don't need to argue for your worth. You don't need to announce your dominance. The way men shift when you walk in does all the talking for you. Respect and rivalry are two sides of the same coin, and both signal the same truth. You are a man of undeniable presence. Sign number 8. People assume you have options. This final sign isn't about what you say. It's about the unspoken message your presence gives off. It's about how people read your energy and confidence, even when you've said nothing at all. Think about this. Have you ever noticed a woman get slightly jealous before you even mentioned you were dating someone? Maybe she playfully says, "So, how many girls are you talking to?" Or a guy casually drops a question like, "I bet your phone is blowing up all the time." None of that is random. It's not because you bragged or advertised yourself. It's because your vibe is doing the talking. When a man is used to being wanted, it shows in subtle, powerful ways. His posture is upright, yet relaxed. His body doesn't scream tension or nervousness. He doesn't rush his words or try too hard to impress. Instead, he speaks slowly, clearly, with the calm of a man who has nothing to prove. This quiet confidence creates a silent broadcast. I don't chase. I attract. I've been here before. I know my value. I don't need to fight for attention because attention naturally finds me. And women, whether they admit it or not, are deeply sensitive to this. They can pick up on when a man carries himself like someone who already has options. Even if you never mention another woman, your energy suggests it. Here's how it plays out in real time. She teases you with, "I bet you use that line on all the girls." What she's really doing is testing how much competition she might have. She says, "I'm surprised you're still single." Translation: "You seem high status. Why hasn't someone locked you down yet?" Or she says, "I'm sure you've got plenty of girls sliding into your DMs." Which really means she's already convinced other women notice you, and she's trying to measure her place among them. These reactions are small but telling. They're her subconscious, revealing that she already views you as valuable. She's trying to figure out whether you're available or already claimed. And it's not just women. Men pick up on this too. They might joke about your dating life. They might assume you're never short of company. Because when someone carries himself with that steady, grounded energy, it's obvious to everyone around him. This man has choices. Now here's the paradox. The more you embody this energy, the less you need to show it. You don't have to brag. You don't have to name drop. You don't have to play games. The simple way you move, speak, and present yourself makes the assumption clear: you are a man with options. And here's the irony: when you don't need people to notice you, they notice you even more. When you don't chase recognition, recognition finds you. When you stop worrying about proving your worth, others begin to project it onto you. At its core, this sign is about mindset. It's about embodying the truth that you are enough, with or without external validation. It's the quiet inner belief that your value doesn't depend on who texts back, who pays attention, or who chooses you. And when you carry that energy, people will assume what's true all along. You already have options. Because real confidence never needs to be announced. It simply radiates. and the world reacts accordingly. So, let's close the circle. If you recognized even a handful of these signs, it means you are far more magnetic than you've been giving yourself credit for. Women notice you. Men respect your presence. Whether they admit it or not, you leave a mark everywhere you go. But here's the true shift. It's time to stop doubting, stop questioning, and start standing tall in the reality of your own value. Attractiveness is not just about noticing subtle signs, it's about strengthening them, sharpening them, and allowing your presence to speak louder than your words. When you carry yourself with composure, confidence, and self-control, people don't just notice you, they can't look away. That's the essence of Stoic masculinity, to walk into any room without needing validation, yet radiating a calm authority that makes women lean closer and men instinctively step back. You don't need games or tricks. You need discipline, clarity, and an unshakable sense of who you are. So, if you're ready to stop living small, to master the inner fortress of confidence, and to finally embody the kind of man who attracts by being, not by chasing, this is your moment. And now, I want to hear from you. Which of these signs have you noticed in yourself? Which one do you want to amplify starting today? Drop your answer in the comments below. If this video gave you something to reflect on, make sure you like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss the lessons we share every week. Until next time, I'm your guide. And this is the Stoic spirit.